Well, it's 2 weeks to the very first track day with the old hobby stock here, which last episode you saw it got an engine, but hey, it still needs a gear and axles and rear end hubs that I'm not 100% sure that I'm doing right at all. And a million other little things, carburetors and exhaust manifolds and gaskets that aren't here yet and all that kind of stuff. But you know, I think we'll get there. And why am I standing next to a domino sign? I don't know. Guys throw dumb things in their garage. It's what we do. And you know, to make matters more stressful this week, when all your race buddies find out you have a YouTube channel and start watching it, makes you feel goofier than like 3 pet raccoons, but here we are. So I think the right thing to do this week is to show you how I'm helping them with all their cars and paying them back for all the kindness they're giving me. So welcome to another episode of Old Guy Hobbies Stocks. Old Guy Hobby Stocks. Old Guy Hobbies. Whatever. You get it. Here's a semi-serious question for everybody out there. Motor oil doesn't smell bad. Transmission fluid doesn't smell bad. Brake fluid doesn't smell bad. Why does rear end oil smell so bad? I mean, are they making this stuff out of the business end of a skunk or what? Oh, these gloves are ruined. So here's a legitimate question for you guys that know more than me, which is all of you. The pumpkin here, when we pull that gear out, now I don't have to change gears a lot, but last year, you know, if you're running the crate, you got to run a little lower gear, a little higher gear for the open. When you pull the gear out, do you use a gasket? Do you use silicone? Do you use just silicone or some combination of all that? I've had guys that know what they're doing tell me, no, you just use a gasket, which leaks all over the garage because it never seals quite right, because it's easier to get the gear back out when you need to do it the next time. I've had other guys tell me, no, you got to use silicone and a gasket, and I've had guys tell me that you just want the silicone, no gasket, and then you just clean it up and re-silicone it the next time you got to change gears. So you guys tell me in the comments what you think. How do you do it? What do you find works best? And is there a right or a wrong answer here? I don't know. I don't know. So the goal for the video this week is to, number one, get all these decals off the roof of my car and get them on my buddy's car. That'll be the first of 3 more that I have to do. Again, I got access to print gear and I've got some experience in graphic arts, so hey, that's how I pay my friends back. Get the motor in. By the end of this video, I want you to hear this thing running. So lot of little things to do here. Got to get the gear in, axles, all that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that y'all made fun of me for that. My friends made fun of me for that, too, with the double stack spacer on the fan blade. We'll get that in. That's all silly, easy stuff, I hope. I hope. Famous last words. But yeah, by the end of this video, I want you to hear this thing running, and then next week, we're going to pull this car out of the garage, just take her straight out that door. And I want to do a full reveal on the race car. And then we're off to, you know, practice, and then we're racing. So, hopefully the content gets a little bit more exciting for everybody here. But, more padding, more stuff and things. We got stuff to do. Let's get after it. All right, we're going to install this puppy this week with only one spacer. Took a little, let's just call it grief from my fellow race buddies on that one. You know, they thought that was charming and humorous, apparently. Been listening to Cinderella on the old, man, that is sharp. Not working if I ain't bleeding. Been listening to Cinderella on the old garage stereo this week, you know, because I'm old. And I don't believe all good music stopped in the 80s. I just think it was pretty darn good back then too. I do listen to a lot of new music. Do you even care? Why am I talking about this? I don't know. Drops Allen wrench on floor off camera. So exciting. So anyway, back to Cinderella. Kind of got lumped in with the hair band stuff back in the 80s, but they're really actually a good bluesy hard rock band, which is kind of awesome. What do you think? Do you think anything? Do you care? Why are we talking about this still? I don't know. But the important thing is we're going to have one spacer in here. I'm doing these counterclockwise because I assume that's the right way to do it. I don't have any data to back that up, but counterclockwise. Every other one, you know, that kind of thing. Whatever. I knew what I meant. You know, the worst part is I fabricated this myself, which means it's not done very well. And it's got sharp edges everywhere, and it's hard to get your hands down in here, but you can't put the fan blade on after the radiators. Why is this so hard? No room to move. Yeah, let's just drop that for the 15th time. Oh, it's gonna be a while. Anybody listen to Dr. Demento as a kid? Remember that guy? It's funny 5 times. And then he'd play like Dead Skunk in the middle of the road, or I'm looking over my dead dog Rover. What's he doing these days? Kind of miss the doctor. Wonder if he's a good mechanic. He could help me here. All right, well, 45 minutes and half a pint of blood later, she's in, and I think the clearance is good here. I've always been told that this is supposed to be like halfway in and out of the shroud. It's important that you don't get your shroud too close to the fan. As you can tell, I have 2 different colors in my shroud here. It's for a reason. That might have been the second or third time that I had to fix that. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Well, we're going to have to move some stuff around, get this all hooked up. You know what? We might get to start this thing. Maybe. I don't know. Got to hook up the Go Fast juice down there on the fuel pump, hook up the starter. Let's just keep plugging at it. Alright, if you were watching the time lapse there, you saw me using an impact on this, which I'm sure I was just getting them snug, or close to snug, and then finishing it off with a wrench. But this one does seem to be a little stripped out. It might be an issue. We'll double check that. Got this all free flowing and moving. Everything's good there. This, a little concerned about here, but if you can see, it's not actually touching the hose. It's got about a 1/2 inch clearance, because obviously you don't want the fuel line getting hot up against the heater hose, or the radiator hose, excuse me. This is for you hobby stock guys that might know stuff. It's a Sleezak card. Seems to run pretty darn stout. I've had a couple different ones, and this one, she does pretty good. She makes her go faster, I think, and looking forward to seeing how this works. Another rookie tip here. Fellas, when you're hooking up the fuel line, you know, put something under there. You know, in hindsight, maybe the gas leaked all the oil off the floor. I don't know. But, yeah, if you think you can do that fast enough to not get gas all over everything, you'd be wrong. Oh boy. Wait till the wife comes home and smells that. Great. Okay, fan blade, check. Carburetor, fuel line, check. Starter, hooked up, check. What else we got going on here? Let's see, that's all hooked up, that's all hooked up. Stuff and things. I still don't have manifold gaskets. Better put some power steering fluid in there, get the juices flowing there. I need to clamp down the radiator, fill the radiator. Put some transmission juice. Maybe we should check the list. Motor in, trans in, gear in, tires in. Yeah, yep. I think we're pretty close. We'll keep chugging. Remember when I showed you it was snowing last week? It's like 60 degrees out here. It's warm. I'm in shorts. Well, I'm always in shorts, but it's warm. Plus, I had to open all the garage doors and stuff because I was getting higher than Snoop Dogg at a Willie Nelson concert. From that fumes, the gas fumes. Yikes. Well, here's another one of those rookie mistakes. And I swear I don't do this stuff on purpose. I really don't do that on purpose. Yeah, so I took the lines off the, you know, when I was doing the motor thing, and which one goes where now? I don't know. This is the part where I got to call my race buddies and ask dumb questions. You know, one of my race buddies told me that it's a good idea, just in case you win, to make a list of your sponsors and put it like in this area. Now, sorry about shaking the camera because it's sitting on the same panel that I'm cleaning. My performance last year tells me I'm probably not gonna win this race, you know, but I'm an optimistic fellow. I gotta stop that. All right. There we go. It won't be from lack of effort. We're going to give it everything we got. Getting ready to fill up the shift machine in there. And this is something we need to talk about, fellas, here. This stuff here. Look at this. Look at this. This is the part of racing nobody talks about. This is $100. Why is this $100? Are we making this out of baby harp seals or something? Why is it so expensive? I don't know. You know, I keep pointing out to you guys that I started out with a home-built car and switched to a pro-built car that I bought used in the middle of the season last year. And again, this is another one of those reasons here. Is you look, that whole panel just comes off. So in the old home-built car, kind of used to have to crawl through the window and underneath the dash, and just wasn't fun. From what I learned last year, we're allowed to run a dummy torque converter in our 2-speed Power Glides in this class. And basically the Power Glide, I think, holds 3 to 4 quarts of transmission fluid juice. And when you start the thing up, it'll actually pump 2 or 3 quarts. I can't remember exact numbers on it, but it'll pump it into the dummy torque converter for you, so you don't actually have to fill that. But They do check that at our track to make sure that you have fluid in that torque converter, even though it's not really doing anything. They want that weight in there, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Here's another one of those mysteries of racing. I bet I left half a dozen of these, and I'm using grade 8s. I bet I left half a dozen of them on the track somewhere last year. Now I'm using lock nuts and lock washers, because I'm guessing that the lock nut is melting from the heat. I don't know. It's like a Bermuda Triangle for exhaust bolts on the racetrack. Alright, you know what's harder than holding up the manifold with the pipe attached, putting it through the gasket and getting it into the head without breaking a spark plug, lining all this stuff up? Nothing. Oh boy. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, get in there. Oh, cross thread. There we go. Oh my God, we got it. It's a Christmas miracle. Alright, I'm not going to point out the 6 bolts that are on the floor down there that I dropped off camera. Well, this is one of those deals. Yeah, you can never get bolts on this side. So my buddy Jason says we're going to have an exhaust spreader on this thing, which will fix that. I don't know what that means, but I trust him. So maybe when it goes in, I'll show you, and then we'll both understand. You know, this would work a lot better if I would just put down the damn wrench, go over, pick up the swivel and a socket. I understand that. But we are going to get 4 out of 6 bolts on this header today. And if Meatloaf taught us anything, it's that 4 out of 6 ain't bad. Rest in peace, Meat. She's in. I think we're almost ready to try to fire this thing up. Let's see what happens. I'll go over everything one more time, but I think we're close.
He was trying to figure out why Jason has a couch on his am like, according to Cal, it's the second there for the whole time, isn't it?
Where?
What do you think, Jevin?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cal, does the car look good?
it's great. It's great.
You want to make fun of her hair some more?
No, I think it
Sure?
looks beautiful.
It does. It does.
I'm just trying to find another color for her.
She looks sharp, guys. I think that'll work. I got some work to do, for sure. They're 3D. What the hell? That's amazing. One more car to go over there in the corner. Plus SpongeBob. More details to come later. So anyway, that was a little trip that the wife and I did last night. We went down there until about 11:30 at night on a Saturday night. We know how to party. And helped out our buddy Jevin by decaling his car. I know a little bit about graphic arts. Not a great graphic artist, but I got access to a lot of cool print gear and everything, and just like to design and decal race cars. It's fun. And those guys are all helping me. Jevin, his dad Cal, and his brother Jason, Manny, Mark, Kyle, Jay Walt, everybody that's all my race group. And you guys all, thank you for saying nice things to me about the video and not making too much fun of me for doing this YouTube thing. And but that's how we're giving back to those guys. And we've got Manny the Gray Ghost. His car will be up next. And then we're going to do Mark, who's my neighbor. He only wrecked me once last year. We're okay. We're good. He's going to be doing a SpongeBob theme on his car this year, which the kids all love and like to sit in his car after, you know, the races on some nights. And that's we're just paying it back. It's what we do. They're helping me. They're all wonderful people. And thank you, everybody out there who's been leaving wonderful comments. Again, you know, this world needs more togetherness and kindness, and that's what racing is. There's 4 of us in the hobby stock division, and we're all helping each other, you know, do better. So, you know, hopefully we're racing against each other for a win sometime this year. And, you know, I'd like to see the old 11E get up towards the front a little bit more, and we're going to give her heck. But with those guys' help and everything that they've done for us, and again, hopefully we're paying them back, this is the best shot we possibly have. So I'd like to tell you we're going to start this thing up, but here's honestly where it is. And it's Sunday night. I want to get the video out for you guys. Starter, I'm sure you probably can't see it. It needs a couple of shims. And we got a couple of shims from my neighbor Mark here. They're super thin. We need a little bit beefier ones. I can get them at any parts store, but I can't get them tonight. And I do want this video to go out today. So, is what it is. Next week, we're going to be starting this thing. I'm hoping to pull it out of the garage so you guys can get a full reveal of the car. Looks really good. I think it looks nice. And by then, we'll have a couple more cars decaled and everything else. And it'll be a better video next week. And then after that, it's track day. And then it's racing. And then everything will be a whole lot more fun. So appreciate everybody again for all the kind words. Thanks for watching, all the tips, the friendly advice and everything. And Danny Weemat, if you're out there watching this, a guy needs help. You're good help. I've seen it before. You know, it would be great to see you, bud. So hope to see you at the track sometime this summer, Danny. And again, everybody, just thank you. I'll stop rambling now. We're going to let this go. And if you don't mind, subscribe. It's really helping. We're doing well, and it's kind of fun. And we'll see where the channel goes. And, you know, I'm hoping to keep it fun, good spirits, having a good time, hanging out with your friends and family, going racing, and just having a ball. That's what life's all about. So thanks again, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next week on Old Guy Hobby Stocks.